Hello friends, it's Pam with Silver and Sparkles. I am happy to be here with you guys today. So when I told you things were a little bit busy in my Sparkle studio, I was not joking. I'm excited to share some more news with you guys. I have was invited to be an ambassador for the Making and Creating website. That's where you find the Digital Collage Club and the Clip Art Corner. And I have been members. The Clip Art Corner is a little bit newer, I think last year, but with the Digital Collage Club for years. I found it when I first started getting into junk journaling. Aren't these packs cute? We're going to make some really cute things. And so I've used their papers and their kits for years, and then joined the Digital Collage Club as well. Anyway, and Tina reached out and asked if I would be interested in being an ambassador. And that just means they'll feature some of my videos that I make using their products on their website. And then I also have for you guys a link and a coupon if you're interested in their products. So what's really cool is you can do an annual subscription, and it's two separate products. One is the Collage Club and one is Clip Art Corner. Or you can do a one-time access and then never have to pay again. And they're royalty-free images, so you can use them in your crafts that you publish online, that you sell, handmade items, that type of thing. So it's perfect for me, and you can mix and match kits. So what I've made today, and I'll tell you the kits and stuff that I decided to use, but what I'm making today are using some flat paper bags. I'm gonna grab one of my journals. Flat paper bags. They look like this, and I've created with them before. I think these are the ones that are approximately like 7.5 by 5. You can use any size you want. But what I'm envisioning is to use these a couple of ways. One is as an actual large pocket in a journal. So I could glue the bag right to the page, and then I have this lovely pocket, right? So it could also be installed where then you have another pocket, like a side load if you wanted to. And I just love this little girl and the flowers. I used some of my trims and laces that I've acquired recently. Anyway, so fun. The images are from, let's see, the background papers here are from their Lucky Ladybugs, and I had printed it out because I like ladybugs, and I'm sure I'm going to be making something. There's background papers or journal pages and ephemera and things, but I really enjoyed the images and the colors for the background. And then I used the English Cottage Flowers. So that's these flowers, and just cut them out. Aren't they cute? This one I haven't cut out yet. So anyway, there's quite a few of those. And then, so that's what I used for the background and the flowers. And then for these people, these are vintage. This is from the Vintage Gardening and the Clip Art Corner. And you can use them as clip art and resize them and print them however you want, or in digital creations. But they also just offer the collage sheet that you can just print out as is, and it's super easy. So again, and you can print it at different sizes. So that was fun. And then the other sample that I made used the ladybugs, the flowers, but this time I used the Vintage People one, and they have lots of people and lots of images. So how cute is that? And she just made me so happy riding side saddle on that horse. And then, so I said, howdy. And then in here I put a more of a flapper kind of lady, extravagant. And I said, unlikely yet fast friends. I could imagine them maybe at a costume ball, and then they became good friends. I think they're probably from different eras. I'm not sure, but fun, right? And all the different laces. It's an easy project, but it just, I think, helps to show how if you get out your, you have some fun papers to play with, get out some trims, the bag makes it super easy. The other thing I thought of is it'll be just great for a gift. I have a couple of large pins here that I've wrapped up in some tissue paper that I might want to give to a friend as a gift, right? And what a great gift bag. I mean, it's not hard at all to think about that. You could even add, like we could tie on a dangle and a to from or something like that to really make it special. You could also decorate the bag. So quite a bit will fit in these flat bags. So you have lots of options. Okay, so again, this is a simple project, but we're gonna have fun and play with pretty papers. So all the information you need to know that I was trying to tell you about this opportunity will be in the description. And it is an affiliate link. I am an ambassador, so I do get a small commission if you decide to join, but it's at no cost to you. And of course, no pressure. You can use any papers that you would like. I will be, creating videos and creating with their products more frequently now than I have. I've already been using them, but than I had in the past. But if you get on that site and you see a kit or something that you would like to see me make a video using, a project, something that inspires you, let me know. That would be fun. That would be a challenge for me to make something with some of the ones that y'all pick out. Fun. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pick one of the ladybug pages. See how cute? Because I want to use a section as the backing for my bag. And both of these would be really cute. I love the little polka dots here. Let's start with this one. And again, if your bag is a different size, you need to adjust your measurements. But if you have the bags that are 7.5 by 5, and I get these on Amazon, I'll try to remember to link them for you guys in the description. But I'm going to cut my paper so that, let me see what I did. I'm trying to remember. I cut this one to 6.5. I made it a little more narrow so you could see the book page. 4.5. This one I cut a little bit wider and then did a hand tear. So let's do it that way. Let's cut it to 4 3/4 by 6.5. All right. Let's get my trimmer out. And so I want the height to be 6.5. And then I'm gonna go to like 4 3/4. Now this size would fit nicely right here on the bag. See that? So if you don't want to tear it or layer some book page or something like that, you don't have to. But if you want to, all I'm going to do is do a finger tear just to give it a little more texture, right? Appearance. Let me set those out of the way for now. And then I have some book page. This is, I don't know what book this is from, a Reader's Digest, one of my old Reader's Digests. And I'm just going to, again, finger tear a strip because I am going to then layer this right here. And I'm not really happy with how I tore that, how it came in so far. And unfortunately, there's that image on that side that I don't want to use. So I am going to tear myself another strip. Try to go a little straighter this time. And I can use that other strip another time. There, I like that a little bit better. Okay. I am going to ink. I had to get out a new sponge dauber. Mine fell apart earlier, which happens. I am today using walnut stain. This is the Distress Oxide. Use the regular, any color you want. You can skip inking. I always remind you guys of that. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Glad you're here. If you're one of my returning subscribers or viewers, I'm so happy you're here. You guys are so supportive and sweet and awesome. So thank you for being here. I appreciate you. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you're thinking about. Leave me a comment and let me know you're here. Okay, I'm going to add a touch of ink also to my bag. Sometimes when I work with these bags, I'll also layer something right on the inside so this flap has some color to it. That's a fun little touch. I didn't do it in the other ones, but let's see. Maybe I'll find a little piece of paper and we'll do that. Let's see. You don't need a very large piece. And if you just slide it right in like this, you just get a little bit of a pop of color. We could do that and have a little bug there. Why not? So let's add some ink. Actually, I just need to add it where it's going to show. We're also going to put a tag in there, but if you're going to use it as a gift and you want that to just be decorated a little more, you could. You could also use a larger piece to help add structure to your bag if that's important to you as well. All right, I am going to just add a little bit of glue. There we go. Oops. I said this would be easy, and here I am making a little bit of a mess. There we go. So fun. All right, now I'm going to glue my book page and my backing paper down, and then we can pick some images, flowers, that type of thing. And like I said, the one sample I did, I got a little silly with the howdy and unlikely but fast friends. Sometimes I like to, when I'm looking at these vintage images of people, think about, what are they thinking about? What were they like in real life, you know, when they were alive? So I like to think that the lady riding the horse and the lady going to a dance or to a bar in the 20s, you know, to dance and have fun, that they still would have been fast friends. And just because you're riding a horse doesn't mean you don't like to dress up. But she was definitely in her horse riding attire. Pretty, pretty, pretty. And again, you can just stop. Now, I have to decide. So I cut out some more. These are from the vintage gardening kit, the images. And then here's some more from the, what was it, Vintage People 1. And we can decide. I kind of, with all the pink going on, kind of want to use this little girl. She's watering her flowers. And then maybe the tag, we'll use that one. And then I'll have these for another one later. But I do love these. She would be really cute here too. I don't know, kind of the contrast of the sepia tones and the pink is really pretty too. I know you guys are all saying, pick this one, or pick the little girl, pick the neutral tones, pick the pink. Oh, it's always so hard, isn't it? I wish I could hear you guys. I'm gonna pick her. There's something about the shape and everything is fitting together well in my eye. So we're gonna go with this one. Sorry if you were voting for the little girl watering her flowers. I'll definitely use her later. Maybe not during this video, but she will find a home in a project, on a project. Okay, very sweet. Now, do we want to add a flower? She already has some flowers. I don't know. I don't know if she needs a flower right now. I don't want to take away from these pink flowers. It's a little different than the other backing papers. Like this one kind of just had some of the distress, a little bit of a flower there. Here, there were some branches, but not really a flower. Let's just leave that, but maybe we'll put some kind of sentiment or something. She almost looks like a little child. I'm just adding glue. That is saying, are we there yet? You know, she's standing up and she's got her little gloves in her hand. It's like, I've been waiting long enough. Is it time yet? Are we there yet? Maybe we'll do that. Why not? Let's find something that we can write on. I didn't like how that tore. I'm just struggling with my tearing. Now, when I did this one, I did a little cluster. I put a piece of vellum and a little piece of something behind there. So we'll see how this looks as we go. I'm going to be careful tearing this edge. Okay, so why don't I say, is it time yet? Are we there yet? It seems like she should be riding in a carriage or on a horse or something. So look at the eyelet on her dress. Is it time yet? I don't like how I wrote that, so look at me. Here I go again. We're gonna do it one more time. I'm gonna slow down. Okay, is it What I didn't like is I got is and it way too close together. Yes, I am being a little picky. Okay. So you guys know I love using words, and you can definitely find kits with words. That there's one that you can cut out on the Digital Collage Club of French words, and I'm looking forward to using that. But you can also just pull out a piece of paper and write it down. I like to use that brown pen because, again, I think it kind of goes instead of, not that I couldn't use black or another color, but I just like the brown. Makes it look a little aged to me. Is it time yet? Let's see. If you guys haven't noticed, I chuckle at myself. And sometimes when I put something down that I think I really like how it looks, I'll go, oh. All right, I'm gonna put that little piece of vellum under here. I'm not gonna glue this down though. I'm gonna think about some ribbon or trim or lace first, and then we'll see about that. Again, I don't really want to cover the flower, so maybe this one will just get one strip of something. And here we are with the big basket. I know you can't see the whole thing of all my crazy trims that I've been working through. I used this on one of the samples and really liked it. And I'm thinking, how cute would that be with that pink flower? And it may be cute. It wouldn't take up too much space if I layered them, but I'd get to have a little of both. Let's do that. So a little bit of this lace and this ruffly pink. She likes ruffles and lace. So let's see. And I think with the lace hanging down right here, you're still going to be able to see that pretty pink flower a little bit through and popping underneath. Okay, so I have my hot glue. I like to use hot glue because it sticks so quickly, but another good choice is Fabrifix, and I use that as well. Just not as much on camera. I also tend to get my fingers very sticky when I use it. Okay, the other thing I'm being really careful of here is hopefully I am not gluing my bag closed. And I am kind of pulling this lace to get it, where it's stitched there, nice and straight on the bag. All right, I'm gonna trim it off. Yeah, that's cute. All right, now I think I want the pink on here, but let's just look and make sure. Yes, I do. I want the pink. I've been in a pink kind of mood lately. I have several of my crafty friends that really love pink. So if you guys are watching, I hope you enjoy. All right, here we go. So just that little bit of extra, I think just really makes the bag pop. All right, I did not glue it closed, luckily. All right, let me trim this one off. Cuteness. Isn't she precious? All right, so then let me see. I put the, so this might be funny maybe for a party or, you know, for someone's birthday, or you're just wanting to be a little sassy like I'm feeling today, putting my silly sentiments. Is it time yet? Oh, she makes me happy. She is so cute. All right, so then this is the, let's see, these are the vintage people that I have cut out. And I think I am more interested, I don't know. Let's see, let's start making the card, and then we'll decide if we're gonna do like her mom or her dad. All right, so when I trimmed this off, it left this piece, and this is the piece that I've been using with my other projects. Of course, if you don't want to use this piece, you could pick something else or different. But when I trimmed it off, this piece is 4 inches by 7.5, and they just fit in here very nicely. Now, the other thing that I did, because I liked that layered look, is I haven't printed on the back, but I did layer these onto some of this book page, and this is from a butterfly book that I have, and it is nice, and even though it's old, it isn't cracking or anything, and it's nice and sturdy. So we're going to do that again. So I'm just going to ink my paper that's going to become my tag. I think I want it to go this way. And we're going to glue it down and then cut it out. It's a little bit easier. Well, I mean, you could measure and cut your paper, but I'm going to glue it, and then I can just leave a little bit of a border like I did with the other ones. Do that. I kind of like that I was going to keep these words. Obviously, I have ink on my fingers. It says, "Small heath on bramble blossom. The afternoon was so hot on this clay plateau that no butterflies settled for more than an instant." This is from the butterfly book. And guys, right now when I'm filming this, we are having this massive heat wave in the United States. And this morning, early, it was already 89 degrees, but with the heat index, it felt like 104 is what they were saying on the news. Yikes. Our air conditioning is having a really hard time keeping up. So it is still morning here in Virginia when I'm recording this, because by the afternoon, my studio, my craft room here at home, it's getting very warm with the sun coming in. I do have lovely windows and natural light, which is great, but it has just been hot, and it's just hard for it to keep up. So then I go downstairs where it's staying a little cooler and do other things. Anyway, it's been hot. I don't know if it's hot where you guys are, but whew, and it's not supposed to break for a few days. So everybody stay safe and cool and hydrated. All right. Now, we'll just see. And I don't mind sometimes covering up some of the images if that's what I have to do. He seems to be fitting here a little bit better. And my dad, I don't know if you guys had parents to do this, but we would get the 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes. That was usually to the answer to the question of, are we there yet? 5 more minutes. But I'm going to put that on here. Is it time yet? And he's going to be saying 5 more minutes. Okay. So I'm going to put him there. I don't want to cover up all of the pretty image. So I'm going to put him in there. And again, I guess I'm not using my little flowers this time. I guess I could do one like that just to add some yellow in. Here's some that are sort of that pink color. Maybe I will. One thing that I was enjoying about fussy cutting these was getting the, the layers. Let me show you. So like I put the horse's head over the flower, and then the leaf of the flower over this leaf under. I was able to, if I layered this one, it's this one a little bit. This leaf is tucked under her dress, and these are over. And if I do this one, it's going to cover up, I don't know. I don't know if he really even needs a flower. When I first laid it down, I liked it. Now I'm kind of not sure. Oh, we'll just do it. Let me add some ink, and then we'll decide. I think it'll be okay. And even though I decided to do it with the dad, I'm going to stay with my flowers. They make me happy. All right. I tend to usually go towards the female images. I think because I also like girly things, but it's okay. He looks like he's also ready for whatever it is to begin. Yeah, I'm just going to cover up most of the flower. I'm going to trim this off. Most of the flower, like this. And it'll be fun. It'll just be a little different. Okay, so the first thing I did was I just added a little glue under the image to hold it in place where I wanted it. And now we'll add glue to the entire back. So the vintage person and the flower. Okay. And then I can just lift this little petal up, or leaf, it's not a petal, and get everything glued down nicely. Whoops. Or not, if you're not careful. Okay. Sweet. I like that. Now, let's write the 5 more minutes down. I've been crafting a lot today since early this morning because it's been so hot, and you can tell with my fingers. I'm very inky. Apologies. Okay. 5 more minutes. Period. Okay. For all of us that back in the day, we didn't have GPS, so the kids couldn't look and see, put it down here, how much time is left, how many more miles, or how many more minutes, or how many more hours. I got a GPS. So my kids were, they were older, like, I don't know, 11, 12, something like that. But they definitely got used to that GPS and being able to look and seeing where we were and how long it was going to take, which back in my youth, there was no such thing. All right, I'm going to layer this one not with a piece of the vellum, but this little bit of book page. And then I'll decide about a ribbon and we'll be close to being done. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. Again, one of the things that I've always loved is it's, with the subscription, it's unlimited. You can download as in print as much as you want. So it's really easy to mix and match kits and not worry. So that you've picked out 5 kits that you want to use and then have to think about it. So anyway, thinking, let me see how it looks like in here. I'm almost thinking, and maybe it's because it's a little more masculine with him on there, that I may not put a ribbon on it and just let this trim decorate. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Okay. These make me so happy. Did you guys see this one? So this one, I took the really thin ribbon and just wove it through that lace. This one almost looks like it was woven through, but it's a piece actually of rickrack. And then I just glued the lace over top of it so you can see the tealy blue behind it. And then this one, I did the same thing. I took that piece of gingham ribbon and wove it through the lace because I wanted to bring the brown in with the horse and the sepia tones. So I didn't know if I'd shown you those details. All right, I hope you like this project. I hope it inspires you to make some large pockets. If you don't have flat bags, just make these out of scrapbook paper or other paper that you have. You can make a quick pocket and have fun, okay? Have a great day until next time. And again, thanks, Tina, for the invitation. Until next time, see ya.